Back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast, bringing you our third segment, which is going to be talking about the Padres and some recent trade rumors involving them. So yeah, let's get into it. Apologize about that. I had to turn my mic off for a tiny second because I was coughing, so apologize about that. But getting back into it here, with the Padres, of course, there were some news that dropped with them recently from Ken Rosenthal's article that I want to talk about. So, in the article, he said that the Padres are dead set on getting a high-leverage righty reliever, and that is really their main focus at the trade deadline. Of course, Rosenthal has also mentioned in the past in a different article and story that the Padres are very interested in Garrett Crochet of the Padres and are looking to trade for him. That was my opening segment, or probably a week ago for the show, so if you want to go over and check out that, please go ahead. But yeah, overall, what are my thoughts on this, and just what do I think the Padres need to do with this trade deadline? So the Padres are in a very interesting situation with their team, and there's a lot of moving parts with them right now, and it's just very interesting to see what they will do. Now, yesterday they became the second team in the National League West to have a winning record with a 37-35 record after a Jackson Morrow walk-off home run, and are also in the wild card spots right now, number 2 behind the Atlanta Braves. And with the way the Braves are playing, they might overtake them. So that would be interesting. But yeah, the Padres are in a very interesting situation. Of course, had a very tumultuous offseason. You had to let go of Juan Soto. You had to let go of Josh Hader. And a lot of people kind of thought, okay, you know what? Maybe they're going to take a step back for a year, kind of regroup, trade some people, and, kind of get into a little bit short of a retool, not a rebuild, but a retool. Too talented to go into a full-out rebuild, and they have not done that. Instead, they surprised everyone and traded probably the main piece of that Soto trade, Drew Thorpe, to the White Sox for Dylan Cease, a really great starting pitcher and a guy who we all expect to get traded during the offseason. So that was very interesting, and it kind of showed that, okay, we're not – that it kind of showed us for the Padres that, okay, we're not done. This is us. We're going for it. We have A.J. Preller at the helm. He's a madman. He'll do whatever it takes. So it was very interesting to see, and obviously now I think it's worked out. They've had a really good season, one of the few teams in the NL with a winning record with how bad this league has been. So I like this team a lot, and I think there's a lot of things to like here. And right-handed reliever help, I think, is a good way to start for this Padres team. I don't think it's the only thing they need, but I think that it also does make a lot of sense to acquire for them. I think Michael Kopech is especially an arm that you could look out for. People have floated the idea of a Kopech and Crochet trade for them. Of course, they've shown interest in Crochet, as I talked about, and Kopech and Crochet are both in the White Sox, so you just do a little bit of a package deal for them. I think that would make a lot of sense, and would also be something that would be of interest to them. So I think Kopech would be an answer there. If you want to look at other people, I think maybe Reed Garrett or Adam Ottavino of the Mets are possible answers to your right-handed reliever question. Maybe looking to the Red Sox to get Kenley Jansen. That would also be very interesting. So there are a few answers to this problem for the Padres. They of course do already have a good bullpen. Robert Suarez is there. He has great stuff. Jeremiah Estrada, has been one of the biggest surprising stories of the entire year, and has been a great arm. So that's something there as well. And yeah, just a lot to like about this Padres bullpen, and I think adding another right-handed reliever would help them a lot, and especially now with their rotation kind of being in an iffy spot. You've had Joe Musgrove and Yu Darvish go on and off the IL the entire year. Michael King's been better as of recently, but I don't think has been exactly the guy you expected of to be this year. Dylan Cease has been great. No real complaints about that. And Matt Waldron has been a little up and down, like most knuckleballers will be. So, he has getting a lot of marketing. Of course, if you've seen the video of Patrick Mahomes trying to emulate Matt Waldron and his knuckleball, so that I'm sure should help the Padres a lot with marketing and I guess Waldron in general. So, but yeah, overall, there are a lot of holes in this Padres team, and I think getting a right-handed reliever is a good start. But I think they need a starter pretty badly if they want to contend. Garrett Crochet, I think, would be a great fit for this Padres team. I talked about it in the segment. I think Crochet is not only a guy that is a great starter now, but has a lot more potential, has a lot of potential of being an even better starter in the future. This is a guy who has electric stuff, is a really great arm, and just overall is very exciting to watch, and is just a really good player. So I think that would be a great fit for the Padres. And also with the Padres, they always want to take the big swing for players. I mean, we saw it with Dylan Cease. We saw it with Josh Hader. Juan Soto, even looking in the past, that wild offseason where they acquired Craig Kimbrell, Justin Upton, all those players back when I was, just fully getting into baseball. So I think that the Padres need to be able to bridge the gap of what's smart and what's sensible. Last year I thought was a really good deadline. They were kind of in the middle of things and didn't acquire anyone too big, but got some good arms, got some good players like Scott Barlow, Garrett Cooper. Not great players, but players that could help the team in the now. And I thought that was just a good, solid deadline. I think they should do something like that this year. I think they have a good team, but I don't think they have a good enough team where you can justify buying heavily at the deadline. So, that'll be interesting to just watch what they end up doing here. But still, I do like this team, and I think there are a lot of good pieces on it. Of course, you have that crazy infield of Jake Cronenworth, Ha-Seong Kim, Xander Bogaerts, and Manny Machado. Of course, Xander Bogaerts is hurt, so he's not really a part of that right now. But Ha-Seong Kim has been good filling in for shortstop. Manny Machado has been okay, and Jake Cronenworth has been good, but they haven't entirely lived up to their potential. But after that, Jurickson Profar has really been the big deal for them. I mean, he's done so well and has been one of the biggest surprises of the year. A 1-year, $1 million contract to being one of the best hitters in all of baseball. That's been crazy. Fernando Tatis Jr. is doing his thing. Jackson Merrill's having an amazing rookie year and would probably be top 3 in rookie of the year right now if it wasn't a historic rookie class right now. I mean, Yamamoto, Skeens, Imanaga. The amount of talent that is in this rookie class this year is insane. I think it's a debate if you should have Yamamoto and Imanaga be considered rookies, considering they were NPB stars, but, it is what it is. I'm not really going to complain too much, but, yeah, historic rookie class, and that's really the only reason why Merrill hasn't been talked about more. But, yeah, there's a lot of good pieces on this Padres team. I just think if you're looking at it, I think they need a starter or two. I think they need some relievers, and it'll be interesting to see, again, what they do at the deadline. I think the Mets are a team that could help a lot with them acquiring maybe JD Martinez to up at that DH spot. Maybe getting one of their pitchers like Luis Severino or Sean Manaea would be a good fit for this team. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, just overall, watching the Padres at this trade deadline is going to be super, super interesting and super, super fun. Again, it's always a surprise what AJ Preller does for this team and the way he operates them. So I'm very excited to watch what he's going to do. And, I'll be seeing this team live on Friday when they play the Mets here. So I'm very excited to see that. But, yeah, overall, this team has a lot of good pieces, a lot of good talent here. But it's just a matter of bridging the gap between what's sensible and what's a good move and, going all in. So, yeah, very excited to see what ends up happening with this team. I think the rotation's good, lineup's good, just needs some finishing touches. And the NL's been a little weaker this year with the Braves kind of tapping out. So, yeah, we'll be very interested to watch them and super, super excited. So, that was the end of our third segment here talking about the Padres